Today on the channel, it's a return to the Kyle Peterson Top 5. In today's video, it's almost over, our McFarlane love affair with the DC line. And here's the top 5 figures I want to see as Todd heads out the door.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another edition of the Kyle Peterson Top 5, a Thursday tradition here on the channel. As every single Thursday, we're doing a top 5 and occasionally a top 10 countdown. And today's video is a little bit of sadness. I gotta say, Todd McFarlane, a little bit of sadness with this one. But we're nearing the end of McFarlane's reign over the DC license, as it is going back to Mattel at the end of the year. Now, there's going to be some little kitty ones, and we got a lot of stuff. Much more to come at Toy Fair, San Diego Comic-Con. We know the whole drill. And Todd, you've repeatedly told me from this couch, with your toes in sign language, which is a power move in itself, that you're not done yet and you're not going down without a fight. So hopefully he can keep on the Super Friends Batman 66 style figures, maybe possibly continue to make some vehicles, maybe some statues in the future. We'll see where all that goes. But this video today is the top 5 figures I want to see on the way out the door for the McFarlane Toys figure line here with the McFarlane DC Multiverse. Now, I would love to see your guys' list. And as I always say, this is my list. Put your list in the comments down below. And you guys know we're going to start at number 5. We're going to work our way to number 1. Number 1 being my absolute most wanted McFarlane figure before the license is up. And these are 5 figures we haven't really seen. We haven't seen, is what I'm going to say, from McFarlane DC Multiverse as yet. Now, this is my list, as I said, and there's a lot of stuff on this list. People are going to say, what? You want that? Why would you want that? Why do you want this? Because it's my list, after all. And we've got a pretty good selection of figures, and I'll be the first to admit, I'm not as deep into the DC world as I am the Marvel world, and maybe even the Image world. Todd, of course, give you a little props for some Image. But I know key characters, and you guys, if you've watched my channel, you've watched Kyle Peterson 2.0, you've seen me unbox a ton of McFarlane stuff, and I've told you guys what I love from, I was going to say McFarlane, which I do love from McFarlane, but which I love from DC and their properties, where I came into it, where my fan base is. So you're going to see a lot of that in this very video here. But as I said, I want to see your list. Put it in the comments. Start at 5, number 1 being your most wanted. So without further ado, a Valentine's special, Todd McFarlane. Let's count it down. My top 5 most wanted DC Multiverse figures. We begin the countdown at number 5 with a character that's on nobody else's list. I don't see anybody else having this on the list, except hopefully Todd McFarlane, you have it on your list. Would love to see this one on its way out the door. We'll see what happens, but we're going back to the 60s. And this one always caught my eye way back when I looked at my uncle's comic book collection. And I remember seeing this character there. And of course, you guys know I have a fiction, a love. Yeah, love. It's more of a love, don't you? For a hairy bipedal creature. You know I love a hairy bipedal creature, and that's where we're going at number 5. And we're going to a character I don't believe has ever had a figure ever. It is a Justice League foe once upon a time. It is Sasquatch based, and we'll just call it his real name, the Shaggy Man. Yes, the Shaggy Man, a big deluxe figure, one of the big giants, took on the Justice League way back in the day. I've lost track. I don't know what the Shaggy Man's up to. He could be dead for all I know. But I'd love to see a deep, deep cut, hairy bipedal creature coming in from the McFarlane line, and that's who I got at number 5. Now we go on to number 4. Number 4 gets a little bit more realistic. I'd say the rest of this line, or the rest of the countdown, we could probably figure we might get some of these, I think. Shaggy Man is a Hail Mary, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it, Todd. But number 4, I'm kind of surprised we haven't got a quintessential. I'm throwing out the big words here, Todd McFarlane. At number 4, I'm shocked we haven't got a representation of this. Now, we've got some movie ones, and we've got some ancillary ones, but we've not got a day in, day out, what our mind's eye thinks of Bruce Wayne. Of course, Bruce Wayne, Batman, a Bruce Wayne figure. No Batman involved. If you want to throw in a 2-pack with a Batman, I could see that as well. But I want a Bruce Wayne. Think back to the Michael Keaton Kenner figures back in the day. We got a Bruce Wayne figure, and I feel we need a good one from the DC Multiverse. Not the Batman animated series version, just a die-in-the-wool comic-based Bruce Wayne. He could be in a suit. He could be in a workout suit. He's got to be something, but we need a Bruce Wayne figure, and that's who I got at number 4. We're already at the halfway point of the countdown. You got your list together. Put it in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel and Patreon while you're at it. We got plenty of stuff to keep you busy, all kinds of videos and countdowns every single Thursday. But the number 3 selection, piggybacking on the number 4 selection, we're going to another suited figure, we'll call it. But another character we need, which I don't think we've got one yet, it is Clark Kent. How have we not got a standard Clark Kent figure from DC Multiverse line? Now, personally, I want to go back to the Superpowers Kenner line. That's what my mind's eye thinks of with Clark Kent, and I would like to see a modern representation of that in the DC Multiverse, Todd McFarlane. Clark Kent is a heavy hitter. You got to have him. I would love to see that, and I would love to see the homage, Todd McFarlane once again, referring to him from the couch as usual. Would love to see that for Clark Kent. So Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, let's get it done before 2026 is over. And Bruce Wayne comes in at number 4, but Clark Kent comes in at number 3. Here we are at number 2, and number 2 piggybacking on number 3, just like piggybacking on 3 did to 4. So we're seeing a little bit of a theme here, and then number 1 will throw that theme out the window. But here we are at number 2, and number 2, as I said, piggybacked on number 3. This is Clark Kent and Superman's biggest rival. The biggest villain to him, you guys know who it is. It's Lex Luthor, and we've had a lot of Lex Luthors, but once again, I want to go back to the Kenner days. I want that power suit Lex Luthor. We've had things that are kind of close, but I want one that represents this version from the old Kenner days. When I close my eyes, as I do many a night, and I think of Todd McFarlane, or I think of Lex Luthor. Sorry, Todd, I got you on the mind here. When I think of Lex Luthor, that's where my mind goes. It's very iconic to kids that grew up watching that cartoon and reruns for a whole generation, and then, of course, collecting the toy line to go along with it. And he had different looks in the cartoon. We just got it recently from the Super Friends line. I know, Todd, but I want the Superpowers Kenner figure is what I want at number 2, and I got my fingers crossed we do get it. But that's not it. We're not done with the line. We got the number 1 most wanted. What could it be? Well, stay tuned. Here we are. We're at the number 1 spot. My number 1 most wanted McFarlane figure before the line is done. Once again, put your list in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel while you're here. But here we are at number 1. And number 1 is one we desperately need. That's why it's at number 1. And we feel like we're almost there. We're almost finished. Dare I say we're edged to the top is what we are, Todd McFarlane. But the number 1 selection has to happen. They got to find a way to make this happen, or it's going to feel very incomplete. We got Batman 66 Adam West. We got the Batmobile, but what about our boy Wonder? What about Burt Ward Robin? That's who I got at number 1. We need the Burt Ward Robin Batman 66 figure. They could do it in black and white just like the last one if you want to. Get the most out of your molds, get the most out of your agreement with Burt Ward, but we got to see that. They got to come to it. Burt Ward's not a millionaire. He's at a local car show every single weekend, so there's definitely got to be a way to get that figure made, but we desperately need that with my Batmobile to have Batman and Robin riding down the road. That will feel complete, and it'll be a nice bookend to the collection if I do get that. But we've seen many a toy line. Jakks Class Superstars, I wrote a book on it. A lot of unfinished stuff on that. LJN from way back in the day in wrestling. Some unfinished partners not with that. And we're seeing that maybe in front of our eyes here in 2026. I hope it's not true. I hope we can get Robin, and I hope we can get all the rest of these as well. So that's my number 1 selection, Burt Ward Robin. What's your selection list look like? How deep of cuts are you looking for? Are you playing it like I am? You playing in a totally different direction? Are you going to blow my mind with characters I've never heard of? Put your comments in the comments down below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day between both YouTube channels. A lot to keep you busy. Check out Patreon YouTube channel memberships. Check out my podcast, Kyle Peterson Show, every single Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found. The KylePetersonShow at gmail.com is the email if you want to get a hold of me. SerperPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok as well. So for another edition of the Kyle Peterson Top 5, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?